we're gonna do 2 Best Picture nominees today. That went wide in 2018. The first one is Phantom Thread, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, starring Daniel Day-Lewis, Vicky Creep. I'm not sure if it's Kreps or Creeps. I think it's maybe Kreps.
I think it might be Kreps.
Vicky Kreps and Leslie Manville.
Mm-hmm.
It's about Reynolds Woodcock, who's a fictional fashion designer in 1950s London, and he meets this young girl named Alma. Not young girl. He meets a woman.
She's younger than
a young woman.
Yeah.
He is a bachelor for life. He proudly proclaims this, and he meets this young woman named Alma, who he finds intriguing. And
this movie is pretty much just about their whole relationship and how, this movie is a very deep. Oh man. Okay, so. First thing I want to say, just about this movie. Okay, so the title Phantom Thread is a great, almost perfect example of what this movie is. Like the point of the Phantom Thread being that in this movie, they say it in the trailer, is that Daniel Day-Lewis in his...
He sews like phrases or words into his garments.
Yeah. So when you look at the garments, you don't know what he's feeling on the inside. That is the point of this whole movie.
Yeah.
Is that while every scene, I would possibly say every scene in this movie, you are trying to delve into these characters' minds and figure out exactly what they're thinking in every scene. And I kind of love that about this movie. It's nothing is what it seems. Like you're watching this and you're like, oh, what does he think about her here? And then just when you think like, oh yeah, he's thinking this, and then something else happens, and you're like, oh well, what is she thinking here? And it just back and forth.
Very little until the end is anything like explicitly stated. So the whole time it's like this weird like psychological
mind game, but not like mind games with each other. Like it's a mind game with us. Paul Thomas Anderson's just sits you down and say, what are they thinking?
Yeah,
and that's the name of
it's all about what's happening under the surface.
Yeah, it's a Phantom Thread. Yeah, as I said, I thought about this. Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, it's a genius title.
This movie's kind of amazing because one half of it is this like meticulously crafted period drama, and then the other half is this like weird like bonkers like
relationship
drama about power and obsession and perfection, and it managed to be both separately and together at the same time while neither compromises the other.
See, this is where we have a little bit. See, he thinks that. I do believe the second half, it took me out of it. I will say that. I think it went the way it was. I think it might maybe because
did it go too weird?
I thought it went too weird for me, but also because going to this movie I had no expectations either. But the first half, I thought the way it's set up, I don't know.
But it's weird. The whole movie is weird.
The whole movie is weird, but it becomes a whole new weird. The second half. The second half is. I wish things would have been... I love that, as I said, I just said, I love that not everything's stated, but the second half, it really could have helped if some things were. And, I don't know, it makes your mind wander, I think, too much. And you're not focused on the characters, and you're just trying to focus on everything. And
I was focused on the characters.
I
found this movie endlessly fascinating.
Oh yeah, extremely.
Nothing that happens on the screen is really, nothing is really all that exciting or interesting, but it's just fascinating movie.
Yeah.
And the trailer, if you just watch the trailer, it just looks
like another run-of-the-mill,
the straightforward.
Well, we're trying to win an Oscar.
It does not give any of the
it's
weirdness or what this movie is actually about.
Yeah. I think it's almost impossible to release the trailer that depicts the vibes and feeling of this movie.
Yeah.
It's very, very hard. For sure.
And I'm trying to think of the right word. It's
complex.
No, but it's bitingly funny. Like
that's the thing.
No. I laughed way more in this movie than I did at some of the
Comedies.
good, straightforward comedies I've seen this year. Not even the bad ones. Some of the good ones I laughed more
Also,
than this movie.
okay, this is also coming from the guy who thought Get Out was the funniest movie of the year.
It is. It's funny.
That really freaking terrifies me. So his like laughter is like nervous, awkward laughter, and that's what I did kind of
But
too.
you
There
can
are
tell
some
it was
jokes.
definitely intentional.
It's definitely intentional, but as I said, this movie's so weird. It was like, again, the second half was like it was funny. Some parts were funny in like weird, awkward ways,
but the first half was funny
what?
too.
I don't know. It's so.
Oh come on! That scene where he's like doing her measurements.
That's awkward.
Funny.
That was
no,
awkward.
it was funny.
That was awkward. Speaking of, okay, Academy, Leslie Manville.
You know, we're in the vast minority with this. I don't know. I don't really have a problem with it. I just don't quite get it.
I don't get
She
it.
was good.
She's good. She's not
good, but she
there's
doesn't have a
nothing.
ton to do.
There is nothing spectacular, in my opinion, in this performance. And even worse, while I was watching this, I was like, okay, she's gonna get a scene coming up here. They're gonna, because her relationship with Daniel Day-Lewis is
It's
definitely
weird.
the worst. That's the problem. That's the biggest problem with this movie. It's not explained whatsoever.
But
And
nothing in this
something's
movie is
missing there.
explained.
No, but not even like subtextually. Just it's not explained at all. And they're so weird. They have such a weird relationship. There's something
I think
between them,
that-
and it's not stated in any way, shape, or form. And that is the biggest problem with this movie, in my opinion. Because there's so many scenes during this movie where I'm like, okay, like what is their actual relationship?
But they're almost
and they
like,
never get answered.
They're almost like the same person.
But then what does that mean, their relationship wise though? It just
I
doesn't.
know what you mean.
And that's the other part too. I thought, oh, at the end we're gonna get something about their relationship, and she's gonna have a fantastic scene here, and that's why she got nominated. And I just don't get. I don't get it. I really don't. I think there may be some other Hung Chau put her in. I know. I will not stop talking about Hung Chau. She hands down was 50 times better than Leslie Manville. Absolutely. I don't care about anybody else. I don't have to say about anybody else. She was better than Leslie Manville.
Yeah,
And
but
I think she
I
should've
think
been
the best person in
And
this
it made me
movie
more
was
upset.
the best person in this
Dana
movie
Lewis.
is the best person in this movie I thought was Vicky Krieps. I thought
Oh, she was fantastic too.
I thought she was better than
See,
Daniel
that's the problem.
Day-Lewis.
That's the problem, though, is like the actress category. It's like everybody's really good in
I
there,
know,
so
yeah.
I couldn't be like I'm not except for
Yeah.
you know actress for sure. Hung Chau should have been in there instead of Leslie Manville and
Superman.
Daniel Day-Lewis. Oh my lord!
It's not-
Please don't retire, please.
It's
Just do
not-
like 2 more.
It's not this Daniel Day-Lewis performance you're necessarily used to because it's not like a transformative like where he's just like.
He could have been though. I guarantee you, he was doing a lot of this. in
Oh
his
no,
own
no,
home.
he's super method
In his
and-
own home.
No,
I
no, 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 no,
guarantee
no,
you.
no,
Yeah.
no, no. But it's not the Lincoln or There Will Be Blood where he just completely becomes this like unrecognizable different person.
Yeah.
He looks like Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah, but he's not Daniel. I would want to
But
have
there's
a
this
conversation
weird-
with Daniel
he
Day-Lewis.
does this-
I would not want to have a conversation with Mr. Woodcock.
He's it's much more subtle than you are used
Yeah.
to, and
Yeah.
there's this like
It's funny
really
because Meryl Streep
great.
did the same thing.
There's this really great like quiet.
intensity.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
The
of.
whole movie. Yeah.
Like he's very quiet and kind of
Really
reserved,
intimidating.
but as
As I said, I would
so
not want to
intimidating.
have a sit-down conversation with this man. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think I would pee myself. He's
And
very
it's
scary.
just his character's such a perfectionist that like just the slightest thing like going wrong in the beginning of his day like just sets him off.
Yeah, and he's done. He's game
He's
over,
done for
yeah.
the whole day,
Yeah.
and that's where some of the humor comes from. But
Yeah. Oh, that scene is fun. I did like
Yeah.
that scene. Yeah.
but it's it's great because he's this proud kind of a chauvinist. He's
Yeah.
he's a proud like chauvinist bachelor. He just like has these girlfriends until they get bored. He gets bored with them and then he ditches them. And he doesn't even like acknowledge that they ever existed. He like gets his sister to like kick him out.
Yeah. I get rid of
And
yeah.
she comes in and she really Vicky Krieps' character Alma. She comes in and she really challenges him. and
just in every way. Like,
yeah, in every way,
mentally,
she's
emotionally.
It's kind of a back and forth like power struggle.
But in a weird way too. It's not like
it's a power struggle between the two of them, where she's like, no, if you love me and this is not how this is gonna be. You're
not treating me like this.
Yeah,
this is.
But they both like get off on it. Like,
oh yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah,
like I said, this movie gets the second half's really weird.
This is a movie. You're not gonna like understand until you see it. I was trying to think of a movie to compare it to, and it's really hard. The closest thing I could think of, which is what another Paul Thomas Anderson, is There Will Be Blood, kind of, but like that's more. We're kind of on the surface. It's okay, this period drama about an oil man, but really it's about power and greed. But There Will Be Blood is much more overt in those themes. It's much more over the top. It's much more obvious.
It's the complete opposite.
Where this is like those themes are there, and you can definitely tell they're there, but I don't know. It's
a Phantom Thread.
Everything.
Best title of the year.
Nothing is what it seems.
Best title of the year.
I love this movie a lot, and I really wanted to be in the 9 range, but I will say that it does drag a little.
Oh yeah.
And at the
second
quarter mark,
halfway through, it took a turn for me, and I couldn't get. I went off the rails, and I couldn't really get back on.
3/4 mark. It doesn't go off the rails for me, and it was never boring. It just kind of, it was like building up momentum, and then it just kind of slowed down. But the end is great. I love the end. There's like a pivotal like scene towards the end, and then everything's just like comes barreling back, and then
So scoring it.
I love this movie a lot. 8.4.
Definitely like that one more than I'm gonna probably actually go down. I'm gonna like drop it down a whole peg. I'll probably do 7.4. I think it's a fantastically made and well acted movie. It's just the way the script and its paced and everything. It just halfway through, I got off the rails. Not that I drove into a ditch, but I was like driving next to the track, and I was like slowly drifting away from it. So that'd be a really boring crash. Anyway, so it's a fantastically made movie. Yeah, I do like 7.4.
So it's a 7.9 from us.
It should definitely be popping up around some local areas because of it got nominated for Best Picture. So usually it gets a lot. Best Picture nominees get a lot of bumps after the nominations come out. So I would not be surprised.
It did surprisingly well at the Oscars. Not many people were expecting it to get Best Picture.
No.
Paul Thomas Anderson got him for director, which I am like so happy about after seeing
six nominations. So I do not be surprised if it's in a theater near you. And if you want to see this movie, go see it for sure.
Yeah, definitely check it out. If you're a big fan of Paul Thomas Anderson, this definitely like fits in with his filmography.
Daniel Day-Lewis. This is either fan of those, go see it. Absolutely.
The funny thing is that I feel like this movie most like based on the trailer, like this definitely like seems like it would appeal to an older crowd, but I don't think that older crowd is really gonna get it or like be down for some of the weird stuff that happens. And it's not like overtly like,
hey dude, old people are watching 50 Shades of Grey too. So I mean, this is like this is smart, fancy, intelligent 50 Shades of Grey.
It's like barely rated R, like, but I don't know. The subject matter is like
overtly.
No, not overtly. It's like it's kind of like
a Phantom Thread.
Yeah. All right. We set it off.
Yeah, that's our review. Subscribe, like, comment at the bottom. Yeah. We're almost done with our night. We have one. Well, we have two, I guess, technically now, after this next one. Best Picture nominees left to see. We're closing on the end here. 2017 is almost officially at a close for us, but keep on coming back. We're going to crank out some new stuff, too, and just keep watching. Adios, guys.